Hey, what's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking all things Atascadero with Terrie Banish. Terrie, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
And
Thanks for having me.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming in on your birthday.
Yeah,
So,
on my birthday, of course. The work's got to get done. The show must go on.
Right, the show must go on.
Yep, always. So
You guys have a lot of stuff going on in Atascadero, and like I said, I can't overemphasize the fact that so many people say that they love all the stuff that happens in Atascadero, and it feels like it's community driven and focused versus tourism.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely is. And I mean, of course, with our tourists that come and visit, we love entertaining them too. But it's very community driven, community first. We want people to get out of their homes and come downtown, enjoy their city, enjoy events. I mean, there's a lot of free events that we do to get folks to come down and enjoy and create memories. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is creating memories. And, you know, that's what it's all about.
How was the first part of the year started out for you guys? Because you're you're in the beginning stages, I would say, for the rest of the roller coaster of the year, right?
Yeah, we're on now. Now everything's like every weekend there's something going on, so which is exciting. The first of the year for us, we tend to plan a lot at that point because it's not that we don't have things going on, we just have a lot of planning, like strategic planning for city council, strategic planning for the zoo. I mean, there's all kinds of that. Even our own individual departments, we have retreats and things that we do to kind of, here's the layout of the land and what the year looks like ahead, and here's our vision coming from the top with council, and here's what we want to accomplish. And so that's typically how we kick things off. And it's a good time for us to plan, you know, what worked last year, what didn't with events, the event itself, what do people want to see, and what are we not doing? You know, always like recreating and making it better is the biggest thing.
Can you give us some updates on like the zoo? And I know you guys brought the fountain back, which was that was pretty big.
Leo the lion, drinking fountain. Yeah, so that's an attraction within itself, because Leo has been there for, we don't even know how many years. I think we dated him back to 1960 something. So he's been there the whole time, and the zoo is 70.
That's this back in the 60s, maybe 70s.
Yeah.
This was an attraction that like a lot of the zoos
had.
Got the same one.
Yes. So when we took him and refurbished him, and it took a couple months to refurbish him, he had to go to a specialist that was in Los Angeles, and kind of like your studios, Hollywood studios and stuff that do that kind of thing. He had to go away to be rehabilitated, if you will, refurbished, all of that good stuff. So when he came back, it was even better, and it looks so good.
That's cool. Have you guys ever collaborated with like Daniel's Woodland?
Yeah.
So as far as like some attractions and stuff, that would be really cool.
So we are collaborating with a gentleman who I'm not sure about Daniel's Woodland, but along those lines, and he's retired, I think, Hollywood set producer person, and so he's really interested in the zoo, and I don't know all the details there, but expect some really fun, good things with it. We're looking at quite a few things. I don't want to give away like secrets, but
we like to.
I know you do. Like the flamingo pond, all our Caribbean flamingos, they have a water fountain there, a waterfall. Mm-hmm. And so we have this gentleman's looking to refurbish that and bring in more of the aesthetics that we want at the zoo. We're also working on opening up the new lemur, reopen the lemur habitat. It's a grand reopening on May 15th for the lemurs. And so it's looking really good, and we're theming the whole area out to be all the colors and all the things that representative of Madagascar. So, and we're also getting a red ruffed lemur. So that's going to be super exciting. We haven't had a red ruffed lemur in over 10 years, and we have a pair that will be making their debut along with the red-tailed, whatever they are. I can't think of the name, but the ringtail lemurs that we have. And then also we have the mongoose lemurs. And so we have quite a few. It's going to be amazing. So.
How are the new little spider monkeys adapting? Because it's been, about a year?
Yeah, about a year. They're awesome. They love people. So the more people watch them, the more, kind of aerobatic they are. They just have a great time. They love the attention. So, and they all get along super well. We have 4 of them.
Even with the old
including
timer.
Izzy. Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, he tells them when that's
Right? He
enough,
lets them know.
kids. Yeah.
Do you guys still have the aspiration for the bigger tiger exhibit with the walkway that we were
Yeah,
talking about? We talked to
absolutely. So
Cynthia.
we're doing a whole, we're getting ready to launch a capital campaign around that. We did a feasibility study. We're really like kind of working on all the pieces of that tiger habitat and what we're going to be doing. So it's in its infancy right now, but we're really pulling that together. And so expect, to hear more about that as we go. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's exciting. And it does have a bridge over to the other side because our whole goal is when you have a tiger, you're going to want to have more room, and we're not going to bring in another tiger until we expand that habitat.
Now,
So,
will you bring in like two of them, or will it just be one?
Yeah, one
Will it
because
be young?
yeah, tigers. It depends. Tigers are very solo animals. They're not. They're not in the pride like lions are. They are very territorial. They are very solo out in the wild. Very rarely do you see a couple tigers together. It's always like one tiger, and that's just kind of general, about their personality type of thing. So. If we specialize in tigers. So with the accreditation that we have with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, there's not enough zoos that can take a tiger. So we're making sure that we stay in that specialty because we had Mendaru for 17 years. So we do specialize in tigers, but we want to also build out the habitat to accommodate that tiger. So
What would the capacity be needed for like a giraffe or an elephant? Is that way more than?
Yeah, I think every elephant's like 10 to 15 acres.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's so we'd have to take over we won't want to do that.
Atascadero.
Yeah, the whole city. Yeah, no, and it's the lake. We're not going to do that. I always joke about the lake. Well, we could always make, but that's not realistic. We wouldn't want to do that. So it takes room. You need to have the room. Yeah, it's interesting.
Very cool.
Even what I've learned pretty quickly, like we're doing the Monarch rest stop between Monterey and Pismo. So we have the Monarch Corridor project going on right now, which is right off the 101 freeway and Highway 41. And it's the area of property that's in between the off-ramp and the Chevron station. The city owns that piece of property. So what we're doing is we're planting milkweed, and we're getting all of this stuff together for monarchs to attract the monarchs in to that area. And we have filled out a grant for that, and we didn't get it because it wasn't big enough. And so you find that there are restrictions on space. And so, we're moving forward anyway to make it happen. But it's just interesting how you learn different things on, what the requirements are and, how you can actually, obtain that kind of thing. So, yeah.
So Terrie, I'm going to ask you a hard question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. What do you think your biggest accomplishment has been thus far, being in the seat that you are with the City of Atascadero?
Oh, I don't think there's one biggest accomplishment. I think it's a combination of all the things that we've done over the last 11 years. When I joined the city, this position was created to put Atascadero on the map and market the city and be consistent, and same with the tourism board and getting that in place and getting that consistent. And that together with our team at the city has made that happen. And so we've really done a lot with focusing on that, and council at the time and even now very focused on keeping us on the map. But the goal is to stay, spend, and enjoy our city. And that means residents getting out of their homes, folks coming from around the county to enjoy. And if you're visiting, you also get to, kind of be there and visit us and then come back. But having that focus with our residents and our community, but also getting Atascadero on the map.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do a
fun.
lot of stuff there in Atascadero, and so
Yeah,
thank you for everything you guys do for the community.
Absolutely.
So between
It
you
takes-
guys,
it
the
takes a team,
chamber, I mean,
army.
you guys are
It takes
just
the city.
really hitting it out of the park.
Yeah, we're all like in sync together, and that is not easy to do. And we, that's one thing that the chamber, when they go to their conference, they hear a lot of. It's like not all chambers have that type of support. So it's nice to have that because it's important that everybody's on the same, rowing in the same direction. So.
I don't know if I can talk about this because I don't know where it's at, but I'm going to do it anyways. But I'm really intrigued by this calendar. So
Okay.
the calendar that puts all the events
Yeah.
into
Oh,
one
yeah.
location that
Yes.
I
I
believe the
love
chamber
that. The
is
chamber
getting.
started that, yeah, which is super cool. So you have to be on Facebook. You have to have your event on Facebook, and then that feeds into this calendar. So what was funny is when Josh showed that to me, Tamale Festival wasn't on our Facebook calendar yet, and I'm like, what? I went ahead and got it loaded up. I was like, okay, good to know, because I didn't know that was out there, but it's very cool to have.
For one
So
location, it somehow
yeah,
scrubs the
yeah,
social medias and puts it all into one calendar. So that way, instead of
yeah.
going to this calendar and that calendar and their calendar and
hmm
missing this calendar, it's all in one location.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
So make sure you have your event on Facebook. That's my recommendation to folks.
very
If
cool.
you have an event like coming up that you are in charge of, and I know we all kind of are familiar with it, but if you're not and you're an event organizer, it's important to have. So I'm gonna have
Awesome.
to make sure Andres has that.
Well, Terrie, I know you got the Cider Fest coming up this
Yep.
weekend, which you guys aren't
Yeah.
necessarily spearheading this. This
Nope.
is in Fuego Events.
Yeah, and part of that whole past 11 years is getting people like Andres with Fuego events to bring their event to our city, an event that has sustainability that's going to last a long time. And so it's a city sponsored event, and it has that caliber of bringing in tourism and bringing in hotel stays and that sort of thing. So we work together with the tourism board and the city to bring events like Fuego events becomes a part of, if you will. It's really the Cider Association that puts on the event, Central Coast Cider Association, and then they at one point ended up hiring Fuego events to help them. So he's been very helpful with these organizers that need to have that. They need that person to help spearhead this event, and so we all work together to collaborate and bring events like that here.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your event that happens later in the year,
Yep.
which is like a whole carnival.
Yeah,
and
sorry, our
music
Atascadero Fall
and everything.
Fest.
Yeah.
Yep. And what's fun about that event is Colony Days is now part of, Colony Days is a part of Fall Festival, and the reverse is true as well. So they're moving the event to October 16th, 17th, and 18th. So it'll be more Colony Days time frame, and we'll get it out of the rain, because it rains
Hopefully, we
all the
never
time.
know.
I know. Sometimes it's just so hot. So
Yeah, in October.
in October, but usually that weekend it's not as bad as the first part. But who knows?
You're
But that's
closer
one
into
of
the
them.
rain into the latter part of the year than you
Yeah.
are, coming out of summertime. And
Exactly.
So-
Yeah. So it's fun to collaborate that way. And, with the Cruising Weekend, that's going to be coming up for us as well in August. Dancing in the Streets was one that we have the foundation of the zoo is the nonprofit that works with Andres, so the Fuego events on the alcohol piece of things. So, which makes that where that nonprofit benefits from the proceeds from the adult beverages and stuff like that. So it's collaborating that way, and keeping these events really happening where you have a lot of a lot of resources to make them happen and make them happen correctly. So
awesome.
yeah.
Well, you got another one, the next one, a
Yep.
big event coming up. Tell
Yeah,
us about
Tamale
that.
Festival.
Tamale
So it's our
Festival.
10th annual Tamale Festival. And we are excited to kick it off on Friday night. So 5 o'clock Friday night, we will have all the tamale vendors open. It's a great opportunity locally for folks to come out and really check it out, because it's not as busy as Saturday, because Saturday there's a lot going on and people come from everywhere. So Friday night, 5 to 9, we'll have the Zongo All-Stars Band out there at 6 o'clock from 6 to 8. We'll have all the tamale vendors open, and any other vendors that are there. We have over 100 vendors, so a lot of them are there, and a lot of them will be open. And it's just a fun time to come downtown, go out to eat, come over, grab your tamales, go home and have them for the weekend and freeze them. I mean, that's the best way.
Now, will there be a cost for the Friday event?
Friday's free to
Friday's
attend.
free?
Just bring your money to buy tamales and enjoy the music. And, we'll have adult beverages out there. All the proceeds will benefit the Central Coast Zoo Foundation. And then we roll into Saturday, and Saturday's 11 to 7. We have everything that everyone's come to, really enjoy. We'll have the judging of tamales, and you're going to be a part of that.
Right? That's going to be
Woohoo!
fun.
Yeah,
Excited. Thank
yeah.
you for inviting me on for that.
Absolutely. You're in for a treat, because it's nice to be able to judge, the tamales.
Well, we got the gourmet tamales,
Yes.
and then you got the traditional tamales.
Yes, exactly. And they come from all over California. So you're going to be sampling at least 20 tamales, and depending on which category you choose as a judge, that's what you'll have. So if it's gourmet tamales, you have everything from like a chili relleno Gouda cheese tamale to um, bananas and whipped cream and ice cream tamale. So it ranges on the gourmet, and then traditional, you could have really spicy, or you could have, whatever that tamale is, but it's all in the masa. Masa's
That's
got
where
to
it's
be,
at.
to make it right. So depending on your taste, of course, but it'll be fun.
I don't know. It depends on the heat, and the
Yeah.
sweets. That's
Mm-hmm.
you
Can be
know I'm
tricky.
I'm gonna have to like really think about that
Yes,
one
you'll have to think about
because
it. Your deadline
gourmet.
is Friday. You got to let me know.
Yeah, right. I'll let
uh,
you know when I walk up.
yeah, there you go.
Well, not that late.
No.
So Terry, what was the inspiration for Tamale Fest? Cinco de Mayo or
Yep.
just
Nope. Well, in our city, we have a lot of Mexican food and a lot of restaurants that are, Mexican fare. And it's like, culinary wise, let's have a tamale festival. You can have a taco fest because that's easy.
right?
But Tamale Festival is a little tougher. So basically, we were after all of our different restaurants to participate, and of course, the first year nobody would participate, and so we're like, great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a hard time getting people to participate, but we were able to get I want to say it was 8 tamale vendors. It was going to rain because it was in January, shoulder season for hotels. We want to get people in town to spend the night in the hotels. That was the whole idea, too, between both things. And we moved it within 3 days of the event to Pavilion on the Lake because we're like, we're not going to let this rain out. This is, a big deal. And I watched the social media feed and I thought, wow, a lot of traction. Like, we had so many likes and just, over 1,000. Like, it was insane. And this is 10 years ago. And I'm like, I probably should pay attention to that, but I don't, whatever. I don't think it'll be a problem. We had 7,000 people at our first event
Wow.
at Pavilion
At the
on the Lake
pavilion?
and ran out of tamales within an hour and a half. And I thought, okay, pink slip. I'm going to be submitting it on Monday because this was way off the charts.
We're 7,000 people.
It was crazy. There was traffic on the freeway. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
So we were like, okay, look at it differently. We're on to something that people really want to do and want to see. And so from there forward, I went out to Indio to the International Tamale Festival, I think for the next 3 years, to recruit tamale vendors because we didn't have people here to make the tamales, and you can't just make tamales,
That's a big undertaking.
Yeah, it was huge. And so, and really talking them into coming out to our event. And I mean, we have sold 47,000 tamales. I think it's been the highest number of tamales we've sold at that event. So it ranges between like 40 and 50,000 tamales that we sell. And so each tamale vendor has to bring at least 2,000 tamales, because
And
otherwise
those are
we're
all
going to run out.
handmade with the masa.
They're all handmade and they're all different. And so anyhow, yeah. And then the only year we've been off is the 2021 because this is 2020 January.
Right.
And then we took the break in 2021 because of the pandemic. But yeah, it's been a big event ever since. And so we built this event up to where we are now. And we have the dancing horses and the mariachi bands and Manuel Enrique, the ranchero artist, singing beautifully on his horse. The horse is dancing. It's just really, cool stuff that everybody can enjoy. And that's free, and the entertainment is free. So the tamale eating contest that we have the pet and chihuahua costume contest that we have. We're just, folkloric dancers are a big part of it as well. We have another mariachi band that will stroll around Sunken Gardens in the afternoon.
So
yeah.
last year, is it centered in Sunken Gardens
Yeah.
only, or okay, that was something else that kind of pushes over to the other street?
We went before the pandemic. We were all downtown. Like we were on Entrada. We had more room. We had 3 stages. We did a lot of stuff like that. But the issue is we can never get people to round that corner onto Entrada to really enjoy the full event.
Right.
And I think a lot of these festivals have that same problem. Like you can be a little too big. So then we said, okay, let's be smarter about our footprint because everybody wants to be around Sunken Gardens. And so that's what we've focused on now. We're kind of down to a science. And then having something at the end of each street that people want to be a part of. So we have like dummy roping, we have Waffles, the miniature donkey, go pet him and get a photo op with him. Just a lot of fun things for the kids and everybody to enjoy. And so that's been where we've really dialed in what's important. So
Well, the dancing horses are always a really fun
beautiful.
attraction as well.
Yeah, very much so. We could do that all day long, and we'd have a crowd all day long. But we're not going to do that to the horses. You know what I mean? You got to give that a break.
Terry, how do they keep track to give you the numbers of the tamales? Are
They tell us like how much they're bringing and then how much they sold. A lot of them sell out, so we know that if they're bringing in X amount of
so
tamales,
2,000? I mean,
yeah,
there's
2,000 times let's say 20 right there, and some of them bring in 5,000. Like some of them they're prepped, they're ready to roll, and they do this at different events too. So we're not just the one-off event. There's several events that happen, throughout Southern California. And these folks are coming from all over, and they're vending elsewhere. But this event does so well for them. That's why they come from everywhere, and that's important too to have that, because we're also helping them, with their business, but they're also helping us, and we have people working locally that are part of it all. So it all works.
So Terry, for the Tamale Fest happening May 2nd,
Yep.
it kicks off the first Friday night, which is free.
Yep.
May 2nd is the Tamale Fest from 11 to 7 p.m.
Yep.
Tickets are how
They're
much?
not tickets. They're free. So a fun fact is, you come up to the event, you could enjoy the dancing horses, all of the stuff for free. If you want to buy tamales and adult beverages, margaritas, you name it, we have all of that out there. Bring your wallet, because you'll want to have that. And also, not all tamale vendors have Apple Pay. A lot of them do now, but bring cash just in case, because you will have that one vendor that has a line and they're cash only. Like, that's just kind of how it works. They've gotten a lot better with, money part of stuff. We don't have an ATM or any of that, so it's always important to know that. Bring your wallet for sure, and plan to spend some money, because there is over 100 vendors, and there's everything from merchants to, different kinds of food. We know not everybody likes tamales, so we have everybody there, dessert-wise as well. So you can't go wrong. We'll have like Chop Shop, we'll have entertainment, we have Bubble Fun 101 with the bounce houses and all that stuff. So yeah, we're keep you busy.
Is there any way for the people that are there that are eating the tamales to judge, to where there's like a best of?
No, we don't do that. We
Oh,
used
no?
to. So, but it got kind of a little out of hand, and the voting part wasn't as fair. Nowadays, I think with the QR codes and things like that, we can come up with something that the public can vote on their favorite tamale. And so you'll have a people's choice and you'll have a judge's favorite. So right now we're just judge's favorite until we perfect that voting process. We'll bring it back for sure. It's something that people want to do, and we'll do it. It's just not this time around.
What are some of the vendors, like local vendors, that are going to be there?
We have Garcia's tamales, which you see out at the farmer's market. We have Savina's tamales, Beth's tamales. Beth, I don't think, is always out there, but she's all in pink, so you'll know who Beth's tamales is. We have quite a few. Savina's travels from different events across our county and Ventura County, and she's like all over the place. And those are some of the highlighted ones. We also have El Segundo that comes in. We have La Luz del Mundo of the different cities, Santa Ana, Anaheim, you name it, like all over Southern California there. And they do it as a fundraiser for their churches and stuff like that. Yeah, so you have a big variety of people.
And you said adult beverages.
Yes, adult beverages. So you have all Margarita Man will be out there with his margaritas. We have quite a few, Firestone Walker Brewing, and we have the Foundation for the Central Coast Zoo that's out there, and they have a lot of different wines and stuff available too, and ciders and beer and all of that. So
Very
you
cool.
can't go wrong.
So the 10th annual Atascadero Tamale Fest, which all hands are on deck.
All hands are on deck, from staff to you name it. All of us are out there. We're all working.
So 11 to 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Yep.
5 to 9 p.m. on Friday.
Yep.
which is kind of like a sneak peek.
Yeah, it's a sneak peek,
So it's
and
not
you got a
necessarily
band.
all of them's going to be there.
Yes.
Or
well,
ready to go.
All of them will be there and ready to go. So it's a sneak peek kind of for locals. Like, you should go. Like, if you're thinking about, I don't want to go because Saturday is too busy, come Friday night. Zongo's All-Star Band will have, Paul Big Slow out there playing in that band, which I think will be pretty cool to watch. And then we'll have Brass Smash on Saturday night from 5 to 7. So, and they're going to have a little Latin-infused, inspired music going on, which will be fun. So, yeah, you can't go wrong.
Very cool. So this all happening the first weekend in May.
First weekend of May, always. We moved it to first weekend of May because of the weather in January. We just got over it with, Sunken Gardens is sunken when it rains. So rescheduling an event like that, no. So we went for, Fiesta de Mayo weekend, basically. So first weekend of May.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, lastly, we don't want to forget the Zoofari coming up.
Yes,
too.
Ice Cream Zoofari. So that is coming up the first weekend in June, June 6th, and it's 5 to 8 p.m. It's all the ice cream that you can eat, and it is the Central Coast Zoo putting that on. It's a ticketed event, so you want to get your tickets for that. We are getting ready to do some stuff where you can buy tickets online. So it'll be a lot of fun to be able to accommodate people that way, both admission and all of that. But that's soon to come. But these tickets are available online as well. So, yeah, mark your calendar for June 6th, and we can talk more about that when we get closer.
Very cool. But first, mark your calendars for the first weekend in May. Tamale
yes.
Fest, 10th annual.
Exactly. And then this weekend, Central Coast Cider Festival. So Cider Festival, they have a VIP event that is at Bristol's Lomadrone Winery over there off 46 West on Friday night, and I believe there's still tickets for that. They're $125 each, but you get to meet with all the cider makers, and it's a really fun event. And then Cider Festival is 12 to 4 on Saturday. 12 to 1 is the VIP ticket, so I believe that's $75, and then the 1 to 4 is like $55 for that ticket, and so you can't go wrong. I think designated drivers are $20, but it's a big deal. Central Coast Cider Association, they'll have tons of cideries out there, and just a lot of fun to really enjoy, and food and music and all of that as well. So, yeah.
Are you going for your birthday?
Yeah, I'll make an appearance out there. So.
Do you prefer cider or wine?
It depends.
Yeah.
I love both. So it's a mood thing. It's like if it's a hot day, dry cider. I love that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Same with wine, but I can't have both.
Well, very cool, Terrie. Well, I appreciate you coming in and
Thank
telling
you.
us all about Tamale Fest and Cider Fest happening this weekend.
Yep.
So it's a lot of stuff happening, and this is kicking off your guys' season.
It is.
There in Atascadero for all the different events. You got Wine Fest coming up. You got Brew at the Zoo coming up. You got Zoofari coming up.
Concerts in the park.
Concerts in the park coming up.
Yeah, all of it's going to be hitting every week, and we'll have something going on for everyone to come out and enjoy. So
very cool.
Yeah, visit Atascadero.com, click on events, you'll see everything there. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on and sharing a little tidbit of information, even though you didn't slip.
Yeah.
I mean, any news that you can't tell, but
no, I'll leave that for Lorelai.
Yeah, we'll get Lorelai in here. She'll definitely give us
she'll give you the inside scoop.
Right.
I'll give you the ice cream scoop.
There you go. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in, Terrie.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your birthday. Enjoy
you
Cider
very
Fest,
much.
and we'll see you at Tamale Fest at the judging.
Okay,
So we'll
sounds good.
Let you know which one I need to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks, Terrie.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, make sure you got Cider Fest happening this coming weekend there in Atascadero, so you don't want to miss that. And first weekend in May is the 10th annual Tamale Fest, so you definitely don't want to miss that. That kicks off on Friday night and all day Saturday, right there in the Sunken Gardens in Atascadero. And mark your calendars for Zoofari as well in June. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wine, Wine Travelers Hideaway, 805 Customs, MGP Coatings, 1776 Roofing and Gutters, Premier Ag, Trailer Barns, Story Termite and Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Angela Hickson Port Photography, Airflow Filter Services, Templeton Heating and Air, Atascadero Chamber, and of course, visit Atascadero. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you there.
Your home is your castle. It keeps you safe when the weather's rough. But if you're not taking care of your roof, things could get a little wild. 1776 Roofing with RoofMax will fix up the rough spots, treat the shingles, and give it years more life at a fraction of what a new roof costs. At TLC, your route needs now. Call 805 900 1776.
When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.